before you do anything else. Allow yourself to pause, not to change your breath, not to control your thoughts, just to notice the gentle rise and fall within you, the quiet rhythm that has been carrying you through the day. The world has been loud for too long. Your mind has held more than it needed to. And now, slowly, softly, you are being invited somewhere calmer, somewhere where snow falls without urgency, somewhere where light does not demand attention, somewhere where nothing needs to be solved. In this place, night has already settled in. The sky is a deep, velvety blue, softened by clouds that glow faintly with reflected moonlight. Snow drifts downward in wide, unhurried flakes, each one floating as if it has all the time in the world. You stand at the edge of a quiet river. The water below is dark and slow moving, barely visible beneath a thin veil of mist. It carries no sharp reflections, no restless motion, only a gentle, steady flow that feels reassuring rather than distant. Stretching across the river is a bridge. It is not large, it is not grand, but it is beautiful. The bridge is lined with lanterns, each one glowing with a warm, amber light. They hang at even intervals, their glass frosted by snow, their flames steady and calm. The light spills softly onto the wooden planks, creating a path that feels welcoming, almost familiar. This is the Lantern Bridge. It does not rush anyone across. It does not lead somewhere dramatic. It simply exists, quietly, patiently, waiting for those who need to cross at their own pace. As you step closer, the sounds of the world behind you begin to fade. The worries that followed you all day loosen their grip. They do not disappear instantly. They simply grow quieter, as if they understand they are not needed here. Snow settles on your coat, your shoulders, your hair. It is cool but gentle, grounding without discomfort. The air feels clean, fresh, easy to breathe. With each slow inhale, your chest softens. With each unhurried exhale, your body releases something it has been holding. The lanterns flicker slightly, responding to the falling snow, casting soft shadows that move lazily across the bridge. Everything here feels slower, wrapped in a kind of kindness that asks nothing from you. You do not need to think ahead. You do not need to remember behind. All that matters is this moment, the glow of light, the hush of snowfall, the quiet invitation to rest. Somewhere beyond the bridge, something peaceful is waiting. But for now, there is no need to hurry. You place one foot gently onto the wooden planks. The bridge holds you, and the night begins to carry you forward. Your foot settles onto the wooden plank, and the bridge responds with a quiet, reassuring stillness. There is no creak, no sudden movement, just a gentle firmness beneath you, as if the bridge has been waiting for your weight, ready to support you without effort. You take another slow step forward. The lantern nearest to you glows a little brighter. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just enough to feel noticed. Snow gathers along its metal frame, softening its edges, turning sharp lines into gentle curves. The flame inside does not flicker wildly. It burns calmly, steady and warm, as though it understands the pace of the night. You move deeper onto the bridge. With every step, the sounds of the world behind you fade further. The distant noise of thoughts, responsibilities, unfinished conversations, they all begin to soften, like echoes dissolving into fresh snowfall. The river below flows quietly. You cannot hear it clearly anymore. Only sense it, a slow, continuous presence moving beneath the bridge, carrying away what no longer needs to be held. The mist above the water rises gently, curling around the lantern light, blurring the boundary between what is solid and what is drifting. You pause halfway across the bridge, not because you need to stop, but because the stillness invites you to. You rest your hands lightly on the wooden railing. It is cold beneath your fingers, but smooth, worn down by time and touch. Countless others have stood here before you, not rushing, not lingering for answers, simply resting in the quiet. Snow continues to fall. Each flake lands without sound, settling into layers upon the bridge. The lantern's your sleeves. Nothing here is in a hurry. Even the night seems to move slowly, respectfully. As you stand there, breathing softly, you notice something subtle. The lanterns are not all the same. Some glow slightly warmer, some a little dimmer. Some cast wider halos of light. Others smaller, more intimate circles. They are different yet together. They form a seamless path. You realize then that this bridge does not demand a certain way of crossing. You can move slowly. You can pause. You can simply stand and breathe. The bridge will remain. A sense of gentle permission settles over you. You are allowed to take your time. You begin walking again, each step unhurried, each movement deliberate yet effortless. The snow beneath your boots compresses softly, leaving shallow impressions that fade as more flakes drift down. The lanterns ahead illuminate the path in overlapping pools of light. Where one glow ends, another begins, ensuring there is never a moment of complete darkness, only transitions. Your breathing naturally deepens, in, out. Each breath feels fuller, slower, as if the cold air is cleaning something inside you. Your shoulders loosen, your neck relaxes. Even your thoughts seem to walk more gently now, careful not to disturb the quiet. Halfway across, the bridge widens slightly. Here, a small alcove opens along the railing, just enough space to step aside without leaving the bridge. A single lantern hangs lower here, its light warmer, more intimate. You step into the alcove. The world narrows pleasantly. The falling snow feels closer, more personal. The lantern's glow wraps around you, creating a pocket of warmth within the cold night. You feel held, not trapped, not enclosed, just softly surrounded. You close your eyes for a moment. Behind your eyelids, there is no rush of images. No sudden thoughts demanding attention, only a gentle darkness lit faintly by the afterglow of lantern light. Your body feels heavier now, not tired, grounded. The kind of heaviness that comes from finally setting something down. When you open your eyes again, the far end of the bridge is visible. It does not feel distant, it feels patient. Beyond it, you can make out the shape of trees. Their branches thick with snow, their forms softened into silhouettes. Lanterns continue beyond the bridge as well, spaced farther apart now, leading into what looks like a quiet path. The bridge is not the destination. It is the transition. You step back onto the main path of planks and continue forward. The lanterns sway ever so slightly as you pass, responding not to wind, but to presence, acknowledging without interrupting. Your footsteps feel lighter now. Each step carries less effort than the last. The snow thickens briefly, swirling around you in slow spirals. For a moment, the world becomes nothing but falling white and warm light. Edges blur, distances disappear, and in that softness, something inside you settles completely. You reach the end of the bridge. The final lantern glows brightest of all, its light spilling outward onto the snow-covered ground ahead. As you step off the wooden planks and onto solid earth, you feel a subtle shift, like crossing from one state of being into another. Behind you, the bridge remains. Ahead of you, the path continues. You turn briefly just to look back. The lantern bridge stands quietly in the snowfall, its light steady, its form calm. It does not fade. It does not close. It simply exists, ready whenever it is needed again. You turn forward once more. The path ahead is wide and soft, bordered by snow-laden trees and gentle lantern light. The night feels deeper here, quieter, as though the bridge has filtered out the noise and left only calm behind. Your eyelids feel a little heavier now, your thoughts slower. Sleep does not feel far away anymore. It feels nearby, waiting. And as you take your first steps down the lantern-lit path beyond the bridge, the night wraps around you, steady, warm, and kind. The path beyond the bridge welcomes you without ceremony. Snow lies thick and smooth beneath your feet, undisturbed except for the faint impressions left by your slow steps. The lanterns here are placed farther apart, their light softer, more diffuse, as if they are learning to trust the darkness between them. You walk at an easy pace. There is no urgency now, no destination that demands arrival. The trees lining the path stand tall and patient, their branches heavy with snow. Some bend slightly under the weight, creating gentle arches that feel protective rather than enclosing. When a breeze moves through them, it does not whistle or rush. It sighs softly like a long exhale. Snow continues to fall, steady and calm. Each flake drifts down in its own time, turning slowly as it descends, catching lantern light for just a moment, before settling into the quiet blanket below. Watching them feels soothing, almost hypnotic, and you allow your gaze to follow their gentle descent without effort. Your breathing mirrors their pace, in, out, with each breath. Your body relaxes further into itself. Your arms feel heavier at your sides. Your hands loosen, fingers uncurling naturally. The tension you didn't realize you were holding begins to slip away. As you continue along the path, you notice small details emerging from the snow. A low stone wall running parallel to the path, its surface softened by frost. A wooden bench half buried beneath white drifts, inviting rest without expectation. Lantern posts carved with simple patterns, lines and curves that seem designed to be traced slowly by the eye. You pause beside the bench. It feels right to stop here. You sit, the snow compressing gently beneath you, the cold stone surprisingly comfortable. The bench supports you fully, as though it has been waiting patiently for someone to rest upon it. From here, the lanterns stretch ahead in a soft curve, disappearing into the falling snow. Behind you, the lantern bridge glows faintly, its lights smaller now, distant but steady. You feel held between 2 points of calm. Nothing pulls you forward. Nothing pushes you back. The river's presence is gone now, replaced by a deeper silence. In its place, you notice subtler sounds. The hush of snow landing, the faint creak of tree branches settling, the almost inaudible hum of lantern flames. These sounds do not ask for attention. They simply exist. You close your eyes for a moment. Behind your eyelids, the darkness is warm and thick, like velvet. Your thoughts drift lazily, appearing and fading without urgency. There is no need to follow them, no need to fix or organize. You open your eyes again. The path seems different now, not changed but closer, more familiar, as if you've walked here before. In a dream you only half remember. You stand and continue walking. The path begins to slope gently downward, leading you into a small valley between the trees. The lanterns here sit lower to the ground, their light reflecting off the snow in wide, glowing pools. In the center of the valley lies a frozen stream. Its surface is pale and smooth, dusted lightly with snow. Beneath the ice, faint shapes suggest slow currents held in place, paused mid-movement. Lantern light glides across the frozen surface, creating soft patterns that shift as snow continues to fall. You kneel at the edge of the stream. The cold air brushes your face, refreshing but gentle. When you look into the ice, you do not see your reflection clearly, only light and shadow blending together. And somehow, that feels comforting. you realize that clarity is not required here. The stream does not need to flow to be complete. The night does not need to be bright to feel safe. You do not need to understand everything to rest. You sit back on your heels, breathing slowly. The lanterns surrounding the stream seem to glow a little warmer, responding to your stillness. The trees lean inward slightly, forming a quiet circle around the valley. This place feels like a pause, a space where the world has decided to rest. You remain there for a while. Time stretches softly, unmeasured. Snow gathers on your sleeves, on the edge of the stream, on the lantern frames. Nothing disturbs the calm. Eventually, you rise again. The path continues beyond the stream, curving gently upward now, leading deeper into the lantern-lit forest. The lanterns ahead appear dimmer, their glow more blended with the night, as if inviting you into an even quieter state. Your eyelids feel heavier now, your steps slower. Sleep feels closer, not approaching suddenly, but drifting beside you, patient and unhurried. You follow the path onward, allowing the night to guide you without question. And with every step, the world grows softer, quieter, and more kind. The path narrows as you walk. Not sharply, not suddenly, just enough to feel more personal. As if the night itself is drawing a little closer around you. The lanterns here are fewer now, placed with intention rather than symmetry. Each one glows softly, its light touching the snow in gentle ovals that fade into darkness at the edges. Between those lights, the night feels deep, but not empty. Snow continues to fall in slow, thoughtful patterns. Some flakes drift straight down. Others wander sideways, as if distracted by their own quiet thoughts, before finally settling. You notice how the silence has changed. It is no longer just the absence of sound. It feels layered, textured. A living stillness that breathes alongside you. Your footsteps are softer now. The snow absorbs their sound almost completely, and it feels as though you are floating rather than walking. Each step lands gently, without effort. As the path curves, the forest begins to open. The trees thin gradually, giving way to a wide clearing bathed in lantern light and moon glow. Snow blankets the open ground in a smooth, uninterrupted expanse, sparkling faintly as light touches it from different angles. At the the center of the clearing stands something unexpected. A circular arrangement of stone pillars, low and rounded, each capped with snow. Lanterns hang between them on delicate chains, forming a ring of warm light. In the middle, a single tree rises, old, steady, its branches bare and reaching upward like open hands. You approach slowly. The tree's trunk is thick and textured, its bark pale under frost. Snow has gathered in the creases, highlighting every curve and line. It feels ancient yet gentle, a presence that has seen many winters and chosen calm every time. You stop beneath its branches. Here, the snow falls differently. It drifts more slowly, as if the air itself is softer. The lanterns around the circle glow steadily, their light blending with moonlight until the clearing feels suspended outside of time. You feel safe enough to pause completely, to stand without moving, to breathe without thinking about it. Your thoughts, once busy and loud, now move like distant clouds, present but unimportant. They pass without demanding attention. You realize something quietly profound. This place does not ask you to be anything. Not productive, not resolved, not even peaceful. Just present. You step closer to the tree and rest your hand against its trunk. The cold seeps gently into your palm, grounding but not sharp. Beneath the chill, there is a sense of steadiness, a quiet reassurance that some things remain constant. No matter how many storms pass, the lantern light flickers softly. Shadows dance slowly across the snow, stretching and retreating in unhurried rhythm. The movement is soothing, like watching embers glow in a fireplace late at night. You sit at the base of the tree. The snow beneath you compresses slowly, forming a comfortable hollow. You lean back slightly, supported by the tree's solid presence. Above you, branches frame the sky. Snowflakes drift down through them, catching briefly before slipping free. The sky itself is a deep, velvety blue, neither fully dark nor bright, a color that feels like rest. You breathe in deeply. The air smells clean and cold, with the faintest hint of pine. Each inhale feels refreshing, each exhale releasing something you no longer need to carry. In this stillness, memories surface. Not sharply, not painfully, but gently. Small moments, quiet moments. A warm drink held between both hands. A window glowing against a winter night. A feeling of relief when nothing else was expected of you. They rise and then fade. You let them go without effort. The lanterns around the clearing seem to respond, glowing just a little warmer, as if acknowledging your release. The chains sway slightly, though there is no wind. Time stretches here. Minutes feel like moments. Moments feel endless in the most comforting way. Eventually, you stand again. Beyond the clearing, another path waits, softer than before. Barely marked except by subtle lantern glow, reflecting off the snow. It looks less like a road and more like an invitation. You follow it. The forest resumes, but it feels different now. Less dense, more open. The trees stand farther apart, allowing moonlight to spill freely across the ground. Your body feels heavier in the best way. Not tired, relaxed. Not drained, settled. Your shoulders drop a little more. Your jaw unclenches. Your breathing deepens without instruction. You notice small details as you walk. The way snow gathers on lantern tops like tiny white hats. The way light bends around falling flakes. The way the night seems to hum softly, almost imperceptibly. Ahead, the path slopes gently downward again. At the bottom, you see a low structure emerging from the snow. A small pavilion made of wood and stone. Lanterns hang from its roof beams, casting warm light onto benches arranged in a quiet circle. You step inside. The pavilion shields you from the open sky, creating a sense of enclosure without confinement. Snow still drifts in through the open sides, but more slowly now, settling gently at the edges. You choose a bench and sit. The wood is cold at first, then slowly warms beneath you. You rest your hands in your lap, fingers loosely intertwined. Here, the silence feels even deeper, not empty, full of rest, full of permission, full of nothing needing to happen next. Your eyelids begin to feel heavy again. Thoughts slow to a soft murmur, then to silence. You realize that sleep is no longer something you are waiting for. It is already walking beside you. The lanterns glow steadily. The snow continues its gentle descent, and the night wraps itself around you like a thick, comforting blanket. You remain there, breathing slowly as the world holds you in perfect quiet. And somewhere beyond thought, beyond worry, beyond time itself, you begin to drift. You don't notice the moment you stand. It happens naturally, like waking from a light daydream. No effort, no urgency. Your body simply knows it is time to move again, slowly, gently. The pavilion remains behind you, lanterns glowing steadily, unchanged. It feels comforting to know it will stay there, waiting even if you never return. You step back onto the path. Here, the snow is smoother, untouched, as if the night has been carefully preserving it for you alone. Each step leaves a faint impression that quickly softens at the edges, slowly filling back in. The forest thins once more, and then you see it, the lantern bridge. It stretches across a narrow river that moves silently beneath a thick layer of ice. The bridge itself is made of pale stone, worn smooth by countless winters. Along its sides, lanterns hang at even intervals, their warm glow reflected in the ice below like quiet stars resting under glass. Snow gathers along the bridge's edges, rounding every surface, softening every line. The scene feels unreal in the gentlest way, like a memory you didn't know you had. You pause before stepping onto it, not because of hesitation, but reverence. This place feels important, though you can't say why. Not important in a loud way, important in the way deep rest is important. In the way silence heals without explanation. You step onto the bridge. It is solid beneath your feet, steady, unmoving. The stone holds warmth surprisingly well, as if it has been saving it for the night. Lantern light surrounds you now. Above, beside, below. Each lantern glows with a slightly different tone: honey gold, soft amber, pale cream, creating layers of warmth that blend together. The snowflakes drifting through the light seem to slow even more, lingering as if reluctant to fall. Halfway across, you stop. The world feels suspended here. The river beneath the ice does not make a sound, yet you sense its movement, patient, constant, unhurried. The ice above it is thick and clear, trapping moonlight and lantern glow in frozen patterns. You rest your hands on the bridge's stone railing. It is cool, smooth, comforting. Snow rests on top, but your touch leaves a small clearing, revealing stone worn by time and countless quiet crossings. You breathe in, out. Your breath forms faint clouds that drift away and disappear, taking with them the last fragments of tension you didn't realize you were still holding. Here, something shifts. Not dramatically, not suddenly. It's as if the bridge itself exhales. The lanterns sway ever so slightly. Though there is no wind, their light pulses softly. Not flickering, just breathing in and out, in time with your own slow rhythm. You realize the bridge is not just a place you cross. It is a place you rest. You sit on the stone edge, legs tucked comfortably, wrapped in stillness. Snow settles quietly around you, landing on your shoulders, your sleeves, your hair, light, cool, soothing. Memories come again, but this time they arrive differently. They feel distant, softened, as if wrapped in layers of snow. Old worries lose their sharpness. Old thoughts drift through without weight. You do not follow them. You let them pass. The lanterns seem to glow warmer in response, bathing the bridge in a deeper calm. Shadows blur, edges soften. The night grows thicker, quieter. Time loosens its grip. Minutes stretch into something shapeless and kind. Eventually, you stand once more. The other side of the bridge waits, barely visible through gentle snowfall. Lanterns continue beyond, forming a path that curves slowly into darkness. You cross the rest of the bridge. Each step feels lighter than the last. On the far side, the path widens slightly, becoming almost a soft ribbon of snow-lit stone. Lanterns here are placed closer together, their light overlapping, eliminating darkness completely. This section of the journey feels final, not like an ending, but like arrival. You walk slowly. The snow here barely touches the ground before melting into faint sparkles of light. The air feels warmer, calmer, as if the night itself is cradling you closer. Your breathing deepens again. Your thoughts have nearly faded now, reduced to distant echoes, barely audible. Ahead, the path gently slopes downward and opens into a small, enclosed courtyard. Stone walls rise softly around it, rounded and snow-covered, creating a cocoon of quiet. At the center, a low stone bench curves around a lantern placed directly on the ground. This lantern glows differently. Its light is steadier, deeper, almost velvety. You sit beside it, The warmth spreads immediately, seeping through layers of clothing into your core. It feels like comfort remembered rather than experienced. Here, you feel completely safe. Nothing is expected of you. Nothing needs to be solved. Nothing waits beyond this moment. The lantern's glow pulses slowly. Your eyelids grow heavy again, heavier than before. The snow continues to fall, but you barely notice now. The world feels far away, softened, wrapped in quiet. Your body settles, your mind drifts, and the lantern bridge, glowing softly behind you, holds the night steady, ensuring nothing will disturb your rest. You remain there, breathing slowly, gently. As sleep draws closer with every passing second, you don't notice the moment your body stops moving. It simply happens. One breath you are aware of the lantern beside you. The next you are only aware of warmth. The stone beneath you feels softer now, almost cushioned, as if the cold has retreated completely. The lantern's glow spreads slowly outward, not brightening the space, but dimming it in the most comforting way. Like a room where lights are turned low on purpose. Snow continues to fall. But here, inside this quiet courtyard, it lands without sound. Each flake dissolves into stillness before it can even become part of the ground. You lean back slightly. Your shoulders relax. Your jaw loosens. Your hands rest open, empty at ease. The lantern breathes with you. In, out. The rhythm becomes slower, deeper, more natural than thought. You realize something gentle. You are no longer thinking your way through the night. The night is holding you instead. The walls around the courtyard seem to drift farther away, blurring softly at the edges. Lantern light stretches, then settles, forming a warm halo that wraps around you like a blanket. Somewhere beyond the walls, the lantern bridge still stands. Lanterns still glow, snow still falls. The river still flows beneath its frozen surface. But none of it requires your attention anymore. You have arrived at the place where attention dissolves. Your breathing deepens again. Longer pauses appear between each breath. Quiet spaces where nothing happens and nothing needs to. Thoughts try to rise, but they are slow now, heavy, sleepy. They drift away before forming fully, like snowflakes melting mid-air. The lantern's glow dims just slightly, not fading, just softening, as if it senses your body sinking deeper into rest. Your eyelids feel warm, not heavy in an uncomfortable way. Heavy in the way blankets feel heavy, in the way safety settles in. Your awareness begins to narrow. The courtyard becomes simpler. The lantern becomes softer. The snow becomes slower. Eventually, even the idea of where you are starts to blur. You are no longer sitting beside a lantern. You are simply resting, floating, supported. The night hums gently, not a sound, but a presence. A presence that says, you don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to remember anything. You don't need to hold yourself awake. The lantern bridge fades from view now, not disappearing, just becoming irrelevant, like a thought you no longer need. Your breath finds its own rhythm, slow, steady, unforced. Your body knows exactly what to do. Muscles soften one by one. Neck, shoulders, arms, hands. Your chest rises, falls. Your legs feel warm and still, as if gently anchored to rest. The lantern's glow becomes a memory rather than a sight. And even that memory begins to drift. Time loses its shape. There is no before, no after, only this gentle sinking. The snow outside continues to fall, blanketing paths, bridges, and forests alike, smoothing the world into silence. Inside that silence, you rest. Thoughts dissolve completely now. No planning, no reviewing, no effort. Just breath and softness, and sleep arriving exactly when it should. The night holds you without asking anything in return. And somewhere far away, or maybe very close, the lantern bridge remains lit, quietly watching over the snow, ensuring the world stays calm while you drift deeper and deeper into rest. There is nothing left to follow now. No path, no bridge, no lantern you need to keep in sight. Everything that mattered has already settled into place. Your breathing is slow, natural, unforced. Each inhale arrives gently, like it knows it is welcome. Each exhale leaves without hurry, carrying nothing with it. You are not listening closely anymore. You are simply resting inside the sound of calm. The night does not ask you to stay awake. It does not ask you to understand. It does not ask you to remember. It only offers warmth. a quiet warmth that spreads slowly through your chest, your shoulders, your arms, down through your hands. Your body feels supported, as if the world itself has decided to hold you for a while. Snow continues to fall somewhere far away, but it never reaches you. It only softens the silence. The lantern bridge remains exactly where it should be, glowing gently, doing its quiet work. So you don't have to. You've done enough for today. Every thought that tried to stay awake has grown tired. Every worry has loosened its grip. Every question has learned it can wait until morning. And morning feels very far away now. Your mind drifts like a slow river beneath ice, calm, steady, undisturbed. There is no need to guide yourself anymore. Sleep is already here. It arrives softly, without announcement. It settles like a familiar blanket you didn't even realize you missed. Your eyelids feel warm, comfortable, at ease. If they close, that's okay. If they are already closed, that's perfect. Nothing changes either way. The story no longer needs words. The night no longer needs light. All that remains is rest. Deep, gentle, unbroken rest. You are safe here. You are warm here. You are allowed to let go completely. No effort. No control. No awareness required. Just drifting downward, inward, into the quiet place where the body sleeps and the mind finally rests. Breath by breath, pause by pause. The space between breaths grows longer, more peaceful, more still, and in that stillness, sleep opens its arms. You don't fall into it. You are simply carried. The world fades kindly. Thought fades kindly. Even the idea of you becomes soft and distant. Nothing pulls you back. Nothing disturbs the calm. The lantern bridge fades into memory, not lost, just unnecessary now. The snow becomes silence. The silence becomes sleep. And you drift and drift and drift into the deepest, safest rest of the night. Good night.